Hi, my name is Lauren and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Sunday on Talk Show Kings. First, I want to thank our producer, Mr. Felix Washington, and the people of Douglasville for having us here, and the people on YouTube. You know, make sure if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to let you know when we're on live. And how are y'all gentlemen doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great. And well, you know, that don't sound too happy, man. We woke up today. You say it with some gusto or something.
Yeah.
But you know, we got to keep happy on this Sunday. You know, our topic for today, it's a very serious topic. This past week, we had the mass shooting at Appalachian High School, I believe, in Winder, Georgia. I apologize if I butchered that name. But it represents a growing problem in our country that we really need fixed. Like, how can we send our children to school to make sure they're safe, you know? And I mean, it's a huge problem. First of all, before we get into our intros, let's have a moment of silence for the people who lost their lives and the people who were injured in this incident. All right, and with our intros, my name is King Yaquez, and to my left is.
I'm King Darwin, and to my left.
I'm King Eric, and to my left,
King Ralph.
And together we are Talk Show Kings. I mean, this is a heavy conversation we're gonna have. We're gonna dedicate a whole hour to this topic. How do y'all feel about this, guys? I mean, it's very heavy to know that children and people lost their loved ones in this incident, this senseless shooting. Like, I hate to even think about it.
right? And I get it, cause again, I still have two kids that's in school, a 16 and an 11-year-old. So it's like, how do you rectify and how do you deal with the bullies and the social media aspect of all of this? Of
And
keeping your
social media
kids
is
safe,
the
keeping
new-
kids safe.
It's the new growing problem in this. I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty saddening, man. Here, that these kids just killing kids. It was crazy because that day I actually worked out in Winder, and all I seen was like police cars, undercover cars, just flying past me. I mean, they was just coming out of everywhere. I'm like, something must have happened, I mean, because when you see that many cars and ambulances and everything, you just, it's had to be something serious. And then next thing I know, I was talking to my uncle, and he was like, it's a shooting out there. It was a shooting out there, a school shooting. And I'm like, that must be what it was. That's must be what it was. And then I was on my way back because I was running a couple loads out there. And then I actually rolled past a house, and they had the whole house surrounded. And they had all the cars out in the front yard and everything. And I'm like, that might be the shooter's house, right? Next thing I know, that's my uncle was like, man, no, that's it. That's gotta be it. With all those cars you saying. And sure enough, when I got home and looked on the news and they showed the picture of the house that the guy stayed in, I rode exactly right past the house of the shooter. So I was like, that is unbelievable. I'm out there in the midst of this and actually ride by the shooter's home and see all of these police cars and undercovers staking out the house.
I mean, and we have this, we talk about how can things like this be prevented. Well, if you look in this case, we talk about gun prevention. This kid's father bought him this AR type gun for his birthday. So if we're trying to keep guns out of hands of serial killers and out of the hands of terrorists, but then you take a parent now, and I know he's locked up as well, but you take a parent who's buying guns for your 14-year-old child.
That they said was questioned a year ago by the FBI because of threats that he made on social media about a shooting that he was going to do.
And then, look.
Ain't that something?
Exactly. And then, I don't know if any of you are aware of it, but his mother, the kid's mother, had called up to the school that day. Well, they sent a text message to one of the teachers up at the school that day, letting them know to go check on her son because he seems like something crazy is going to happen.
Really? Yeah, it's crazy.
What do you think about that?
You know what? I was listening to you guys, and I'm wearing these dark shades in solidarity because you know what? It's easy to say my condolences to someone else's family. But when you kill one kid, I believe you kill all our kids. When you kill a teacher, you're killing all our teachers' kids. We can have dinner after it's over with, but I was coming here praying, thinking to myself, like, I know some of you guys have kids in school now and you're still young, and my kids are adults, but they have kids, my grandkids, and they're up in the teens and everything, and it scares the hell out of me. A 14-year-old kid. And you really think about that. Then I hear these different rumors. You hear it here and there, A to Z. He shot him up. He come out the classroom smiling. I got chills just thinking about it, because what would I do it in my face? I got chills. I got family, kids, grandkids in Texas, Louisiana. I'm even here. And what gets me more, what if one of us had that call? Could I be sitting up in front of you telling y'all what we going to do? I'd be pissed as hell.
I remember one time I almost had the call. My kid's school went on lockdown because of something that happened. Like, my kid's school is right next to a high school, and there was like a gun issue at the high school, and they locked down my children's elementary school. And even that, hearing that was scary. I was ready to ride up to the school. So, I mean, we all say we need harsher gun laws and everything, but what can really be done about this? Like, we can't say arm the teachers, then we're inviting an incident to where a teacher will shoot up a classroom.
Can I say one thing, guys? This is beyond politics. I'm so tired of Democrats, Republicans, Independents. You know what? This can stop right now. And why it's not stopping? Because it's all about this. Let's face it. It's called money come down to the issue. Everybody threw this thing over my Second Amendment. Go crap. The kid is 14 years old. Now, what you think is going to happen to that 14-year-old kid? Go to your room, Tommy, Johnny, and tomorrow's going to be okay. And I think King E just said his mom called the school. What'd that tell you? She knew what was going on. That gun was missing. He acting funny. I can have gas, feeling funny, but I'm gonna have a reaction if I don't do something. You think that make her free? And then the dad, I heard, gave it to him. What in the world you getting a assault weapon to a 14-year-old kid?
Now the question is, how did he get all the way to the classroom with that AR-15?
Well, they don't have they don't have metal detectors in some of these schools, especially out in Winder. So and then the law enforcement, they probably don't have it armed like that. Now, you would think with all of these different threats that's going on social media, because take a look at this. Right after that, they arrested 19 people because of social media threats, school shooting threats. 19 people. So now they're taking it seriously that they want to really look at these social media posts now. Why you wasn't doing that before?
But they wasn't taking it seriously when the last one happened.
Exactly. Well, you got to think about it now. Come on. Up in Georgia, in the past 3 years, there's only been 3. I want to say, there's only been 3 shootings, but that's still the one too many. But the thing is, people are posting this stuff every day, saying that this is what they're going to do. Not just in Georgia, this all over the United States. But they're not doing anything. But now, again, right after this shooting, because it happened in their neck of the woods,
they want to start doing
now
something.
You want to do something.
And it's like, it's too late right now. Like, you can still do something, but you're doing something in the wake of tragedy when it could have been prevented. I just don't get it. I hate hearing especially children dying over something senseless as this. It ain't like, like people in Jerusalem or how they're having it. We are living a comfortable life, yet we're going to do this. And now your whole life is thrown away. I don't know if the kid was bullied or not, but now his whole life is thrown away over this.
Exactly. And we talk about the social media posts, and it's crazy because I was scrolling on Instagram probably about 3 days after about 2 days before we said that we were going to do this topic. Well, it was Thursday. It was after we said we were going to do this topic. Yeah. And there was a hit list of schools that they were going to attack. I'm sitting here looking at it. East Side High School, Alcovey High School, Douglas High School, Veterans Middle School, Liberty Middle School, Indian Creek, Cousins Middle School, Oak Hill Elementary, Rocky Plains Elementary, South Salem Elementary, Middle Ridge Elementary.
Jesus.
That's a hit list
That's
of
right down the
schools
street.
that people are trying to, that they're saying that they're gonna attack next.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, we in a time of day right now, man, where as though, man, we have to, man. We have to, I don't know, it's about educating these adults, because it seems like it's stemming from the parents, you know. But, you know, you got so many people set in their ways. You think they're going to change now or what? I mean, what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it?
And I'm glad that one thing happened. What I like is that they arrested that guy. Put him in prison for life, far as I care. What are you thinking? You know, and I always say this, something have to happen to make something happen. And you just read off that. Really? They got somebody right now was planning on, as you say, to hit a school, probably coming Monday. Now they thinking, woo, what's going to happen? I better get my son from this gun from my kid now. Oh, you okay? Sure, Dad, I'm fine. And like you say, they got those personal little beefs going on. What is going on?
Well, see, one thing I think is a lot of them are being cowards, because if you want to take out a school where there's a lot of harmless children, I bet you won't go to a biker bar and try that. I bet you won't.
Everybody packing.
Right.
Exactly.
I said you're not going to even make it to bringing the gun out. So they're being cowards. You just want to take the lives of people who can't defend themselves.
I think what's going to happen, they're going to put those metal detectors up in every school now. What? And we was talking about this earlier.
Well, they have them in our areas.
Are they
you
in your
know?
area?
Yeah, they all
they've
in our
been having
areas.
in our area.
But they didn't have it at this school, apparently.
No,
No, they didn't
that's
have
not
it.
our
You know it's
area.
going to be all through Georgia now.
Now, one thing I do like with my children's school, all the doors are locked. Like, to even get in, you got to buzz and talk to
in.
somebody.
Well, that's been going on in a lot of schools since that thing in Texas.
Yeah.
But that one door was open. Remember that back door?
Yeah.
That's all. It just take one door. And it wasn't even planned. He got and shot his mother or somebody, then went to the school. You know, dude, we in a place, a world today, neither one of us experienced this coming up. We couldn't imagine sending a toddler to school. And one of my grandbabies, well, a couple of them, they pre-K now. You know what that could do? Oh, my God, I don't even want to think about what that could do to me.
I mean, one thing I'm like, it was feeling heavy on my heart is every kid at that school, especially the ones in the classroom that survived, a part of their childhood died that day.
Aren't they closing the school down for the rest of the year, I heard?
I'm not sure if they're closing
No,
it
they
down.
just closed it for this past week.
Because the announcer said they're going to close it for the year.
Oh, well, I haven't heard that one, but I do remember they closed it for the rest of the week. But if they did, I mean, that's traumatizing. I mean, because imagine you talking about the kids. Imagine as a parent, you
a part
getting
of their mentality, like their child mentality, died
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
And they have to go through like therapy and stuff, because I mean, you think
Lifelong.
and they have to go through with this, like, can I trust going to this school again,
I can't trust anybody.
or can I trust anybody?
That part.
And that is like very worrying to think, like, you are young and you got to go through this, and life haven't even started for you yet, and you're getting these thoughts.
Now, what if a kid say, I'm going to kill all y'all? That's a terroristic threat now, right?
Right.
But you got to watch him.
right.
Something wrong with Melvin, Jerome, Tyrone, Bobby, Tav, or whatever. So, you know, because one of us, though, we can go to jail. That's a terrorist threat, you know. And they took
Yep.
I know a guy got fired from a job. Said, I'll kill you. He was just angry. He had a stuttering problem. You had to let him go. He was a great guy. Been there for 20 years. They let the guy go.
Now,
Just because of that.
one of my questions is, how can you get not just the parents, but the families, the teachers, and the community all on one page when it comes to making sure that all the kids are safe?
I think you got their attention. This shooting, get that everybody gonna come to the meetings now because they're gonna think about that child.
But as long as since Columbine, these shootings been going on, since it started with Columbine,
Columbine, yeah, big years.
it didn't get. It's just now getting your attention.
Yes.
It's
But
just
see,
now
but
getting
it's
your
now
attention.
it's now getting people's attention now, because back then in Columbine, there was like a mass shooting once every couple years, and in today's day and age, there's one every couple months.
Right, but one mass shooting is one too many.
I mean, I agree with you there. I agree
That's
with you
one
there.
too many.
But when you got 2-3 every couple months, now they want to do
But wait
something.
a minute. Remember, I just told you until it happened in your backyard. Now you're going to open up. It happened in that state, that state. Now we're not so safe now. We're not so innocent now. And you just admitted all those people. Now I didn't even know that hits on schools like that until the shooting. Now they're going to take it serious. Oh, it's going to be a change. Watch a state law going to pass.
But the main law that needs to change is the gun laws.
I agree.
But
But
how
I
can
mean,
you change the gun
you're not
laws?
going to change the gun laws because now
The Second Amendment.
because you feel like
Taking
you
my
feel like
rights
you're
away.
taking the rights away.
Exactly.
Yeah, because everybody has a right to bear arms.
Yeah, you're right.
You have a right to protect yourself.
Now,
Oh.
one thing I do feel, what needs to happen is, if you want to own a firearm, take a psychological
Yep.
class.
They feel like you trying to I got to take a test for a gun. That's their rights. Let me tell you something. Somebody went into my yard. I cut the grass a couple days ago. Somebody went in my yard. And I know they couldn't open the gate. You had to jump over. I told my wife, somebody went in the yard. So now the gate is fixed. Looks at me. I'm telling you something. And I'm not bragging. But somebody ain't going to make it out that yard next time they come in that yard. I promise to goodness. I mean that. You ain't got no business. Because you come in somebody's house, you want to do the one or two things. You're going to take. But you don't think about give. Because you shouldn't be in someone's yard for a reason. And I sat there and I thought about it. I wouldn't even go look in nobody's window and get shot. You know? Somebody jumped over the fence and they couldn't lock it back because you have to be on my side. They had to climb over. So, if they're looking at our line and know who I am, try it again. Try it again.
But see,
I even put more cameras up and lights. I'm ready.
you know, the thing that I hate the most is the fact that you have some parents that don't even pay attention to their kids' mental health. They don't even pay attention to their kids' activities online to see what they're doing. So how do you fix that problem?
I think it go deeper than that. Parents have problems at home. What the kids going through? They're looking at, they always fussing. I'm tired of you too. You're going to leave mom, leave dad. Oh, I can't think. Somebody beat them off at school, then bam, a click. We can't, as adults, talk to each other. Hey, man, calm down. You calm down. Telling a child what the child mind is mind. Putting down the teacher, you just sorry. You can't even run. You can't jump. That kid's a mental thing, and you're right about that. But nobody ain't spending money. That's too much money. That's a waste of money.
But imagine that then it's a waste of money until that parent get that text message from their child, mom and dad, there's a school shooter in the school and we're hiding right now. And then you're saying, baby, I'm on my way. Just hide. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
That's a scary feeling.
Ooh, I heard that. My God. That is
just
sad.
like the last one that happened. I'm glad that the police didn't just stand there and didn't do nothing like the last one. I forgot what state that
Texas.
happened in. It happened
They
in
was on
Texas?
the line. Hey, come in, send them in quick. And they out there scared.
Yeah, they're at the scary.
hallway.
And then, with that one, I applaud some of the parents that ran in there to get their children without a second thought.
That's what they wanted to arrest those people in Texas. That's a crime. Man, my kid getting shot and they say, come in now. Because his back probably turned with they out there in the hallway. They hear shot, all of them running down the hallway. What are you doing?
Oh, well, they're going to have to arrest me then. I'm going to end up getting
That's
out.
what a lot of parents did in Texas. They jumped in that window. They went for it.
I got to
This is
get
my
mine.
kid.
I wonder if something ever happened to those cops that.
Some of them got it did. Some of them were fired and arrested.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. You hire them and do a job to protect the school, and they're hiding when they hear gunshots.
Well, that's
Can you
another.
imagine that,
That's
man?
another.
But we got to
topic
say
for
this.
another day.
Anybody out there experiencing this, please call 9. Look at the line on the line. If anybody that you know personally went through this, call in right now. We'd like to hear from you and what you got to say on this. This is a very serious topic right now. Because a lot of us have kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and so on. But if it's affecting you right now, and we also ask, please, we want to bring these things on camera to our community. Please, you see the donation line. If you can donate to this, we appreciate it. Keep this thing going. Private donations we have, but everything is always running low. Everything costs. We appreciate that. So what you guys are saying, I'm sorry.
So what I got to say is, first, what we need to do is talk to our children about bullying. That's only one aspect of, mass shootings, but kids these days they're
Sensitive.
cutthroat. They're cutthroat, sensitive.
Sensitive.
I mean,
But how do you? We talk about talking to them about bullying, but how do you? What's the word I'm looking for? How do you actively address that with the parents, with the kids, and even though the schools have rules in place for bullying, but then you have this no snitch rule.
Can't be a punk. You're a
So
punk if you rat.
if they constantly saying that they're not going to tell because it's going to make the situation worse, I mean, how do you combat that? Because there's students that don't want to say anything because they don't trust the teachers. They're not trusting the teachers. They don't trust the staff that's there, and it probably has a lot to do with something that happened in the earlier years with them not being able to trust them.
but see, it's all, coming down to how parents parent their children. Because you got a lot of kids out there. You're not my mama. You can't tell me what to do. Well, what can the teacher do? The teacher can't lay hands on the student. So you got a lot of that going on also.
Yeah, but again, how do you address the bullying and stuff about it though? How do you go about addressing it? What's the proper way to do it so they can understand that, so the teachers can be more vigilant and they can see it instead of constantly picking on, or I don't want to say picking on, but constantly calling out someone and they're not actually listening to the child when they're telling them this is what's going on.
Yeah, back home, I know we had a program that addressed the bullying and things of that nature. I think on one of the shows I had talked about it, and it was something that we used to do with the kids, first-time offenders that has been in, got in trouble, with the law, that, was a minor, instead of sending them to juvenile, put them in the juvenile justice system. We used to do a peace circle. And so what that consists of was, if it was a child bullying another child, what we would do, we would get that child and we would contact that child's parent, and whoever that another one of those child's mentors or whoever may be, the parents, the aunts, uncles, or whoever wanted to come in on this meeting, and we would all have a peace circle. And it would be the offender and the person that was, offended. And we had to sit down and you had to talk about it, You had to hash everything out in this peace circle. And it was very effective, in stopping a lot of it. But, it's just, it took a lot of time, and a lot of effort. But it was a good way to resolve a lot of issues, You have to, if you see that child, you have to let the parent know. And you got to call them in, bring them in, and we have to have a sit down. We have to have a circle and talk about it, because your child is offending this child and threatening this child. And that's a serious offense. We don't really understand how serious it is, but some kids, skip school because of it.
Yes.
Don't want to be in class, don't want to come to school, and because they're being picked on, because these kids are so mean these days. But we don't understand, just like we was talking about the other week about, these spirits and these demons and these jinns, And all of this stuff is running rampant right now, and it's getting in people. I mean, it's really possessing people. It's real. And that's another thing that we always got to learn how to do as well is, check ourselves, make sure that we're acting according, what I'm saying, to the law of nature. A lot of us is just lawless, really. If you ask me, it's lawless, and just running around doing them, and not really understanding that they're in violation of, of themselves and other people.
You know what goes through my mind? We talk about the kids, the parents. I got to really get on the dad. What in the world were you thinking?
Well, a lot of parents that owns weapon these days, they go hunting, and they teach their children, how to fire weapons through hunting.
Well, he did a good job. It's sad to say that he did a good job.
I saw a video that like him and his dad used to go hunting all the time. So that's how he would get his hands on an AR-15.
But I guess why? But still, why would you? I would never buy my son. I don't care how much hunting we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not buying him a weapon, and he's 16. I got a child now that's 24. He waited till he got of age, and he started buying his weapons. And I'm fine with that. You out my house, you can do whatever you want to do.
But see, it's a double-edged sword, because you got some parents that'll train their household. Like I saw this one video where this father was talking, training his family. He was like, if we have an intruder, I'm the first line of defense. If I go down, your mother's the first line of defense. If she goes down, you're the final line of defense, between your siblings, you and your siblings. So I get it. Like sometimes it is necessary to train them.
Yeah, that's necessary. But I mean, is it necessary to buy him his own personal AR?
That is not necessary.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
And at the same time, like you were saying, he's training his son to hunt. Well, why aren't you training him in
Gun
the
safety.
aspect of gun safety, respect for others, respect
Right.
for life? You know what I mean? You gotta
Hold
train
on
all
one
aspects.
second. We about to go to break right now. Just, sit tight, chill, and watch the messages from our sponsors, and we'll get right back to you.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV.
All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back from our break. We're on to part 2 of this heartfelt conversation that is plaguing America yet again. We gonna need to just come together as a nation and do something, because the kids, they're precious. They're the future of our nations, and right now, a lot of them are becoming mentally screwed up in the head because they are facing life-threatening situations at an early age, where they need to do is focus their mind on, like, what do y'all think?
I think you can't make your kid your friend, your best friend. Come on, buddy. Let's go hunting together. That's my buddy. Earlier you guys say you teach him to hunt. He was actually teaching him to be a killer. And then you think about it. They was on a break. You know, Dad had to been playing. He had to been playing. I thought about that. It was after the holiday for the kids, right? Going back to school. So that means he had enough time to think, I'm going to kill this person and that person. You know what I'm saying? A well thought out plan. To have that much patience, I don't feel sorry for him, that kid, at all. The only thing I'm sorry is your innocence is gone now. You'll never, ever be in society, be a part of society. My thing, that's just like if as an adult setting a plan. I have a friend of mine. He's in a life in penitentiary. We grew up together, elementary. He's one of the coolest and smartest guys I know. But he was always been picked on as a short guy. But he was always man up and take care of his business. And I remember somebody choked him out one time. I was living in Cali at the time. And the dude, and I don't know if it was the next day or what, he had time to think about it, came back around and shot him in the back. This guy was on leave for military. But what I'm saying, up in the mind again, you choking me out. Couldn't breathe and everything. Yeah, who the man? And then the judge told him he had time to think about it. But we're not doctors. We're not even God. How we know what's going on in a person's mind? What making you, because somebody could say the wrong thing. What you said? Click. And that's something somebody said to him 10 years ago.
I said we really don't know what's going on in somebody. We don't know how that person's day is doing. We just need to treat people with respect, because you don't know what they're going through. You know, a hey, how are you doing could change someone's day for good, or a hey, you did something could change someone's day for the worst. Yes. So you don't know what ultimately somebody is going through.
Exactly. And I mean, and the same thing goes with kids. We all know kids like to play, but I try to teach mine, if somebody say they don't want to play, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Because when you get mad and you don't want to play anymore, you want somebody to leave you alone. Just leave them alone.
And look at examples. We're the worst examples. Remember the comedians? Will Smith went on stage because he said something to his wife. He was laughing. Jail was at that face on. He went and slapped this man. We all
live
thought it was part
TV.
of the act. And look, we know what's going on in his mind. And after he did it, what went to his mind thinking, why did I do that? Why did I, you know? And then somebody else tried to do that at another comedy show. I heard they beat him down. What are you doing?
That was Dave Chappelle's.
Yes. And they're like, yeah, get him. What's going on with this world? You know, so you can't go into a supermarket today. You can't even bump into him. Oh, I'm sorry. Why did you bump into me? Hey, man, I'm sorry. No, apologize. No, I don't like it. I want you to wipe my shoes off. Bro, I ain't going to do that.
Oh, we got a caller.
Oh, okay. Somebody must have felt it.
Really? Talk Show Kings, who we had the pleasure of speaking with. Yeah. Hello, Talk Show Kings. They must have hung up.
Oh, okay. Well, let's call back. We miss your call. Please call back. We'll stay on this topic here. At the same time, anybody else want to call in, please. Any experiences, people you know. That's part of that act anyway. Yeah. But getting back to the show, like I said, we as adults, we can't even tell kids because we can't act right. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's like telling the skillet, don't be black, and the skillet is black. So we as human beings, not Americans, I think a lot of us screwed up. You know, we say don't worry about it. But anyone else been up here, somebody come up here and slap us, you know dang well we're gonna be full on.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be ready to fight.
Exactly. So telling a child, and when you say like King he say, tell us if somebody sit don't feel like playing, but you don't understand, Dad. He be act that sometime, and he started laughing later. But like he said, when somebody don't feel like playing, stop.
Just stop.
You really don't know.
And,
You don't know what their parents are going through. Anything.
and let me ask you this: how do getting back to the no snitching ordeal? How do you get students or get kids to even talk to teachers? How do you make it a safer place a safe place for them to talk to the teachers?
One thing is they're getting this no snitching rule from a lot of their influencers or like their favorite artists and everything. But they in the street doing it.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah. And that's where they getting a lot of that
Crazy.
from. They follow that music down to the T. Like they glorify that life, whatever they rapping in their songs, not knowing that's the life they live that they trying to tell a story about and how they got on top. So
Then
they're
it can be coming from the
glorifying it.
parents. You better not let nobody disrespect you, right?
Man, look, half them rappers don't even live that life.
That is true.
Half them rappers don't even live that life. So and they don't, and that's the part they don't understand. They think because they got a little do-rag, they got their little red or blue bandana, and they rocking on stage talking about killing this person, doing this person. Oh, I've been in the streets doing that. Yeah, you was in the streets pushing your car to the side of the road because you didn't have no gas. That's what you was doing. But you talking about some you in the streets. You're right. You walking in the street.
You know, I'm here to say today, there's a lot of kids out there, and it's like I don't want to fight, but when you push a person to the edge, you just come out swinging. Sometimes they start hitting the wrong people, because you know when you was growing up and you be talking to a guy, and he said this about your mom. Well, you said about my mom. You didn't even see my lips move. That's him saying, I don't even know your mama.
Oh
my
God.
That game. You know how the
Yeah,
game
you remember
goes.
the other game? Hit me, and I hit him, and he just hit you. But anyway, back on the topic though. This is crazy. It's just stuff like that. You have to really, as parents, you have to really be dialed in and tuned in to your child's mental health to see what they're going through, because they may not I know that they're not going through the same things that we went through when we were in school, just like we're not going through we didn't go through the same thing that they, because look at it, we didn't have social media back then.
But whatever they're going through, to them, it's the end of the world for them.
Right.
And that's what us as parents, we think, well, we're taking care of you. What do you got to worry about? No, they got a lot to worry about too. But it's just they don't worry about the same things we worried about, and us parents needs to look at that.
Yeah, I remember I used to ride the MARTA. I was 10, 11 years old on the MARTA bus and train going downtown to see my mama, going to my mama's job. You think I'm gonna let my 10-year-old, my 11-year-old get on MARTA now?
No.
Negative.
And what's this thing called bully cybering? You know,
The cyberbullying.
Yeah, they are fit.
Oh,
What?
they
just
worse
press the
on.
off button and you good.
No, they worse on with the cyberbullying because they don't have to directly confront the person,
And
so
they
they
get
can say
offended by that.
anything.
And people went to jail. I heard that. What? Just turn the thing off, right? Why am I even arguing with somebody I don't say? Oh, you're a fool. They call me a fool.
I'm not finna sit up here and do no Twitter battling with nobody. I'm not doing that. Okay. You'll be having them Twitter fingers by yourself, sir.
You know,
It just don't make sense.
man, there's a teenager, a child out here, even younger than that. If you're going through something, you see the number on here. If you can't get us and you want to talk to somebody, talk to someone older in your community, your family members, nobody think that you're a punk. You know, because I know you want to make some of your life and you want to get in, but you don't have to do that. And if somebody even think about doing harm to yourself, listen to me. You can talk to someone. They got a lot of people willing to listen to you. It's not that serious, because I promise you, what you're going through today, a year or maybe 5, 10 years, you can be like, oh my God, I had a gun right to my temple and I was going to pull it. And I heard somebody say, you can talk to somebody. So, and you have to feel like no punk. There's somebody out here. I just want you to know that, you know. So they had to put that out there anyway. For somebody to think about offing themselves or doing something wrong.
I would say exactly. It's an epidemic. Like we gotta protect our young ones.
Mm-hmm.
Really protect them. Stay in tune with them. The one thing I don't like is a lot of kids will act out like this is because right now the government are trying to tell us how to raise our children. The no capital punishment, like we can't spank our children and all that. Like, why are you getting in the middle of this? Now you're just making them more soft and think they could do it. Like, you got children calling the cops on their parents. Like, I was afraid to call the cops on my parents.
I'd be terrified to reach the phone.
Man, look at here. Boy, that's funny that you said that, because I remember one time I told my grandmama that I was going to call the police on her for child abuse. She said, call them. And went out, she said, I'm going to beat your butt before they get here, and I'm going to beat your butt when I come back. I was like, oh, well, ain't no sense in me calling, dude.
Man, I'm laughing at you because I know the producer of the show, and we talk all the time. He was talking about Richard Price used to crack jokes. He's going to get a branch off the tree. If that's too small, they go get the tree. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, it ain't no joke, man. You wouldn't even tell you 411. You would tell nobody. You got beat, huh? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I got beat with the racetrack. Or my face, my neck, like, what's wrong? I'm all right. I'm okay. You know, that's when you feel it.
I mean, like, I was watching this video. I was at work one time. I was watching this video, and this woman, she was a dance instructor. She came on her live talking about all these children's, you know, she trying to get them in line. You can't talk to me like that. You're not my mama. You're not my daddy. Then she tries to go to the parents, and the parents is like, you can't tell her what to do. That's my child. See, all that is just paving the way for all these problems now to happen.
Why don't you keep your child at home?
Exactly.
Since can't nobody tell them what to do, you keep your child at home, and then you won't have to worry about us calling you, telling you your child ain't doing what they supposed to do.
What happened to the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child?
Well, not in 2024.
Exactly.
Times has changed.
Yeah, you say something to these kids, the parents be ready to jump on you.
That's
know?
right.
So it's pretty bad, man. You know, we gotta do better.
Come to school, rollers in their hair, huh? What you said, B and all that. Said what? Yeah, Mom, they picking on me. Your daughter son making straight F's. You think they picking on that person? They don't turn the homework in. My son, he's smarter than anybody in school. Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. I was terrified my parents ever had to come to school for me. I just know what time it is.
Oh yeah.
I know you the quietest one in the class. Comedian joke about it right now. You just doing your own work. Oh, we know parent.
I remember whenever my parents would have parent-teacher conferences, I'm racking my brain. What did I do these last couple months that'll get my butt beat?
I don't know. You know, we laugh about this, and it's good to laugh from not crying. But we know they got some parents out there, their kids are gone, and then some loved ones, the man and the female was killed because it's hard for good teachers today. And we don't even know when you wake up in the morning, you even coming home. So now when you're kissing your kids, praying over them, we can only think because we can't do our job right because he's thinking, we call him to school. I'm checking on my son. Well, your son, your daughter in class. Okay. Is the school secure? Yes, it's secure.
Right.
But suppose somebody got to go to the bathroom. And it just take this and it's over.
We talk about the good teachers that's out there. I mean, just think about it. One of the teachers the night before she went to school, she baked cookies and bought pizza for her class.
The one that was killed?
One of the ones that was killed, yes.
Wow.
And it's already a shortage on teachers now as it is. For number one, I feel sorry for them because they don't get paid enough.
Very underpaid.
They don't get paid enough to deal with the smart miles and everything, all the attitudes. They don't get paid for that. Look, they need to give them a big bonus, a big salary for what they have to deal with, especially having to deal with the
These
mass
new day and
shootings
age-
and all
these
that
new
other
day and
stuff that
age
they
kids,
putting
period.
themselves through. Right.
You know, my wife, she had a class, and I said, "Why you buying all this?" Because she come home complaining, "I'm so tired," but then she call them her babies. Can you believe? I say, "Babe, you be tired." "Oh, I'm so tired. But why you buying all this stuff? Well, they sweet, and then they give her little cards and teach her appreciation day. I love you, some candy, give us something to go to a restaurant. But I think you truly fall in love with those kids. You see the innocence in them because it's not their faults where they're at.
It's not their fault.
No. So as parents, I'm looking at anybody out there. Somebody's edging the call right now and want to see something about experiences you have or someone you know. So, and we lost the caller. You probably had something strong to say. I pray that you get strength to call back because I really want to hear from someone because I know it's somebody out there because every week we're here. And believe me, we just throwing love to you out there. I want you to just come in our conversations because, hey, just share with us. You can talk about it. You don't have to hold it. Because believe it or not, we may not be blood relative, but we are related. And it doesn't matter about your race or who you are. You know, so, hey, the lines are open right now. So please call in.
Like this is an epidemic in America that it just doesn't face race, doesn't face gender. It faces everybody because you don't know when it's going to happen.
That's right.
You could be walking down the street and all of a sudden you see people running the other way. So it could happen at any time. It's an American people problem that just needs to stop.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. And if you see or if you know of anything, if you're a child, if you're a parent, and you know that someone maybe have some type of grudge or something that you feel something may happen, say something, speak
right.
out. Even you can also call the hotlines if you have know somebody that might want to harm themselves or somebody else. I mean, they done made the hotline number a little easier now. It used to be a 1-800 number. I think it's 988. You could text that number or you could call that number. And
I said better yet though, like that we was talking about earlier about that no snitching.
Yes.
The hardened criminals, if it deals with women, children, they don't care if it's snitching. Because that's the one thing criminals don't do. Now, towards each other, yeah, there's no snitching. We're going to handle it. But if you do something to a child, you either snitch or we're going to handle it. One of the two is going to happen.
I'm going to be like Charleston White in a heartbeat. I'm telling. You ain't got to worry about me snitching. I'm telling.
Exactly. So children these days, this no snitching rule. You know, y'all need tell. If something's happening to you, tell. If someone puts their hands on you, tell. Well, if somebody puts their hands on you, like I tell my kids, if they put your hands on you, you got all right to put your hands on them back. Self-defense. But then go tell.
Okay, then go tell. Okay. No, and the lines are open here that you can all, if we don't get us, leave a message with our producers and we can send some help or get somebody to come to you, talk to you privately that no one have to know. You're not a punk. You know, a punk is a punk. But a person that's saying you're a punk, no. You got your whole life ahead of you. Now they got life's lost now. Even the one who did the shooting, his life is lost. Now he's gonna have to think about that for the next 40, 50 years.
And that's if he even make it in prison because they're going to try to go.
He's as an adult, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
But he won't be going to adult prison. I think going to 18.
I mean,
until he's 18, he won't be going.
Yeah.
But once he turned 18, he's going to the big boy prison.
Right.
Yeah, because they charging him as an adult.
And they're gonna remember what you done.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not even remember what you've done. All they're gonna see is, let me see your paperwork. And when you come into a prison, you're gonna have paperwork, and they want to check your paperwork. And if you did anything against children, they're sharpening down metal.
And see, and that's it's sad that the world that we live in now, you have to deal with not just school shootings. You got to deal with sex trafficking. You got to protect your kids from that. And it's almost like you might well just keep your child at home and homeschool them if you love them, because I mean, you know you're not going to do any harm to them, and you don't know if the school is going to do enough to protect the kids, or if the government is going to do enough to protect the kids, to make sure that there's protection. Yeah, I know you want to keep the school safe, but how can you do that without making a prison-like environment?
Sure.
Exactly.
You said early, how are you going to arm the teachers? Really? You going to arm? And then I hear the people talking about a good gun kill a bad gun. Really?
Well, a bullet got no names on
Ain't no
it.
bullet got a name.
Yeah, I think you said it early. Hey, you know, for all the teachers, not only in Georgia, around the world, all this money that we be sending to other countries, let's build up our foundation. Let's give these to the teachers. Don't even want to be teachers anymore. Don't know if they're gonna get shot. The parents gonna assault them. So hey, let's give these people what they deserve. And they got a lot of kids. I know them personally. They have the special, what you call them? They have special problems. You don't want to call them retarded. You got a name for it.
Special needs.
Special needs. My God, they don't even get paid enough. Oh my goodness, the child is all over the place. And then I'm getting tired of people say, just give them some Benadryl. Really, put them to sleep. Really. So all I'm just saying to you, we got to start really. We got to start taking care of America also. I understand we want allies around the world, but let's fix up home all right, okay?
Because home is deteriorating.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see too what they do to the father. What you think?
I'm
do you
curious.
think they're gonna
Is he
give
gonna
him a
get
life
half, 20
sentence or
years?
20
I don't think it's going to be a
years,
life
or-
sentence, but I got a feeling he might have to do some time.
Yeah, he'll do some.
But I
time.
think parents should start thinking twice before they, allow their kids to, do something, especially if they have firsthand knowledge of something happening that
Exactly.
day. If they do crack down on these parents,
Yes.
because the parents had to know. Come on, man.
No, you're right. I go
How's
back
he
to
getting in
say what
school?
King
I
Eric
mean, how
said.
can he even he's carrying it in his pocket? I mean, come on now.
It's an AR-15. I
It's
mean,
AR something.
15.
Yeah.
That's
I
what he
mean,
used?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
thought
AR-15.
it was an AR
No,
something.
he came in there like he was in the Matrix.
like that's what I was saying. Like,
I mean, how can you miss that?
how can you miss that? You made it all the way to the school.
He had a
from
trench coat or something?
We don't know.
Don't know.
Don't
But
know.
he made it all the way to the class
they got
with an
cameras.
AR-15.
And you know somebody looking at the camera and saying, somebody wants to call in. I feel you edging the call here.
There we go. You done talked it up.
You psychic over there, son.
Man, I just felt it. Oh my God.
Talk show kings.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing well.
Hey, my name is Hannah. I love watching you guys show. I'm just really sad of what's been going on in America for the past few years with all these kids killing each other. Like, that's just crazy how people just wake up and just see kids killing each other and they're so young. You know, then what are you doing? What is going on to the point where you have to take the life of somebody else? That's this me the most. I think about my kids, my niece and my nephews, having to go into school and you just can't learn. You have to worry about if somebody's gonna come in, whether it's a adult or your classmate, is gonna, have fun and start shooting. And that's really, really sad, And I feel for these kids, it's gonna get to the point where they really gonna have to get police, really into the schools now. And I don't think a lot of people want police, all up in their schools right now, anyways. So I don't know, it's just crazy right now. It's just to be a kid right now, basically.
Yeah, we agree. We agree. And we want to thank you for giving us a call. We're going to continue talking on this, and we're going to try to answer some of those questions for you.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bad time right now for these kids, man.
I mean, I know at Douglas they have police officers there. So I think they have like 2 officers on site.
But see, the thing is, 2 hours, this is not enough. You got 2 officers with what, maybe 600-700 kids, if that much.
You got one in the back and the front. I'm asking, or what?
I don't know how this laid out. I don't know, but I do know that they're there because just going there to pick my son up. I mean, you see them.
Yeah. But like again, 2 is not enough. I mean, I know we can't allocate a whole force, but 2 at a school, it really isn't enough.
Well, sometimes it's kind of intimidating to the kids when they do know a police is on hand, you know. So, but at the same time, yeah, if somebody really wanted to do something, of course, if all the kids rise, I mean, how much help is that going to be to officers? But a lot of times it do help, you know, just having that presence of an officer in the schools, kind of like, you know, intimidate the kids a little bit from acting out.
But some of these kids ain't even intimidated no more.
Some of them aren't. You're right, but you know, it go both ways.
No, my spirit hit me that some kid, if you pretending like you got a gun, don't even play. I remember some years ago I spoken to a Douglasville police officer. He was at the school. He told me, if somebody look like they come out their bag and shoot, I'm gonna shoot them square in the head. He told me, and not a heartbeat. He won't think nothing about it. So they got a lot of kids want to do pranks. If you ever think about your prank, don't do it. Don't even chance
Especially with a gun. Like a fake gun prank.
Right.
Yes.
Not do that. I
Exactly.
said we don't know, like, we do not know if that gun is a real or not. I know some toy guns got that that orange piece.
the little orange thing,
right.
yeah. But you can paint that thing now.
Yeah, you can spray paint that.
Yes. You know, so hey. And you know, somebody else is feeling the effects right now. And you're thinking, well, I should have called in after we get offline. Because somebody got somebody in their family right now. They scared of their child. They scared they want to turn them in. You better not say nothing. They're afraid. And they know something is going on and they're going to be the next victims. You want to call somebody, to get with somebody, a job, a neighborhood, say you're afraid of your child because your child is probably harming you. So I'm going to tell you something right now. You got a chance to live because you're just with that person. You're complicit if you don't report him. You're just with that person. So the son that killed those people and the teachers, you know, may God have mercy on you. So you have to live for the rest of your life. You got to deal with that. You put that into him, that child. We don't know. Why would you give I would even give a toy gun to a kid today because everybody is like to get killed. Remember that little kid years ago was killed in the park within seconds. The cops opened the door. He bam, playing in the park. They came and shot him in the head and nothing else done.
Exactly.
You see?
Well, we coming up on our end of the show. Any of y'all got any final thoughts on this subject?
It's just, you know, my heart goes out to the families that was injured and killed, and, you know, hopefully, you know, they can get the resolve they need from this situation that can, you know, ease that pain, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, just if you talk to your kids, find out where their head is, find out what's going on in their school, in their lives. That'll tell you a lot. And if you need any, like I said earlier, just call 988 or text 988 just for if you have some, if you need some assistance, or if you know of anyone that needs some assistance.
Hey, my final thoughts is that I know you're sitting there. You can call in, and you just heard what King E said. I'm gonna tell you right now, call somebody right now, cause you could be next. That's all I gotta say, guys. See you next week. God bless.
Well, my final thought is well, you heard it from these guys out here. Just, you know, keep your head on the swivel. Always keep watch. This is a day and age that we cannot take things lying down in the fact of anything could happen at any time. So keep a lookout. And if you know something, tell somebody. That's all for this show. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Peace out, everybody.
Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.
1061.
black on black crime, man. I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.